So it seems that the journalists are at it again. Looks like CBR has decided to go back after Rising of a Shield Hero and attack it as well as anime fans. Oh, you know, I'm not surprised, but there's a good reason why nobody trusts these journalists because they're all idiots. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, this is the third video. We got one more after this, so check in about an hour, and there should be a second video. But let's go ahead and get into this one. So apparently CBR has made another article coming out of nowhere attacking Rising of a Shield Hero again. The Rising of the Shield Hero is absurdly popular for no good reason. Now, in this article, it's not as if they haven't attacked Rising of the Shield Hero before, but out of nowhere, they do it again, and they also go after anime fans. And they go so far as to call us anime fans Incels. Real good look for your website there, CBR, because, not something you should do. Isekai is easily the most ambiguous genre in today's anime and manga. While this means the genre has a huge audience of avid fans, it also means that it has plenty of detractors as well. Often seen as incredibly cliche, if not boring, the faraway fantasy worlds that Isekai transport its heroes and viewers all seem to blend together at this point. Add in host of social foxpaws, and you have the recipe for potentially terrible anime. That recipe was cooked to perfection with Rising of the Shield Hero, with an overpowered protagonist who's seemingly never wrong, topped with socially contentious undertones. The series has gotten its fair share of well-deserved flack. Oh, well-deserved flack, huh? You mean like what you, CBR, did to this anime as well as other, shill websites, right? Is that what you mean? Because that's the flag I've really seen. I mean, seriously, all you have tried to do, CBR, is, I don't know, tried to ruin the reputation of the anime when really you just brought more awareness to it. Despite this, it continues to find a fan base, as evidenced by its consistently higher rating on sites like Crunchyroll. Here's a look at how one of today's worst anime has become one of the most popular. For one, you've brought attention to it by trying to attack it. Two, that brings people to want to check it out because they're thinking, is it really that bad? And then they watch it and they get invested and interested in it. Just because you say it's bad doesn't mean it is bad. They go after it because it doesn't fit their agenda. Because we all know that sites like CBR and other journalist websites, they shill hard for any show that has their agenda that they're looking for in it. And if it's stuff like anime, and it's not just Rising of the Shield Hero, if it's any anime, oh yeah, no, then they don't agree with it because, Japan doesn't push these NPC Western Puritan agendas in there. So, of course, sites like CBR, they don't like this. And that's why they try to attack it. It's also like Goblin Slayer when they attack Goblin Slayer as well. And that's actually a good series. It really is. Like nearly every isekai series, the Rising of the Shield Hero began life as a light novel series before becoming a manga and finally in 2019 an anime. The plot follows Naofumi Iwatani, a college student who is suddenly transported to a magical fantasy world. After discovering the Book of Four Heroes in this world, he is greeted by three other men and is designated as the titular shield hero. Unfortunately for him, everything goes downhill from there. He's not exactly charismatic among the chosen heroes, having been something of an outcast in his original world. This leads to only one female, a cardinal sin in the harem-filled worlds of isekai anime, to join his party, and what she does, she falsely accuses him of doing bad things to her. From there, he has to learn how to thrive as a hero in a world where his reputation is lower than dirt. And here's the funny thing, right? They don't like this. They they do not like this. And, from here, they start to get really heavy on bashing the anime. Because they don't like the premise of the plot because it doesn't fit their agenda. Fittingly, the show's own reputation and critical reception are lower than dirt, and for good reason. The story kicking off with the hero having falsely accused of doing bad things was especially controversial, with many seeing it as being at odds with the zeitgeist of the terrible hashtag movement, if not wholly opposing it. This led to many Western fans in particular criticizing the series for its casual misogyny, though the sentiment was significantly less felt in Japan. That's because Japan wants to actually make money, and, they don't believe in this Western Puritan agenda. They don't want to push politics into the series that they make because they know it destroys their business. Not only that, but the only people who actually complained about this series were people like CBR. So, Western fans, there are plenty of people who like this anime, and it's actually very popular for what it is. Besides, I haven't seen Western fans go around and complain about it other than the Puritans. And, of course, journalist websites like CBR, they're the only ones that I've ever seen complain about it and go, "Ree!" over it. That's about it. Regardless, though, this plot point is played for laughs. Many felt that the confines of a fantasy isekai might not be the best place to handle such a serious topic. Have you ever heard of storytelling? Have you ever heard of fiction and fantasy and, how it tackles basically any kind of issue? I mean, do you know what fiction is, CBR? I don't think you do. It's like, at this point, they look over here at these things and they're like, oh no, this storyline is too bad. Oh God, what are we gonna have to do? Like, seriously, get over yourself. People like this anime. That's why it's pretty high up there on the watch list. I mean, people like it. They really do, and it really shows. The show has also been accused of supporting slavery. Early on, the protagonist actually buys a slave girl, and instead of immediately freeing her or even feeling conflicted over the fact that she's a slave, Naofumi keeps her enslaved to him. Some have excused the plot element through the show's medieval setting, as well as the fact that the hero doesn't treat his slave in a degrading or dehumanizing way. Within the show, Naofumi justifies his needing a slave by saying that no one else would willingly work with him due to his fractured reputation. This hasn't helped the character's real-life reputation as an incel self-insert who feels put upon by the world. So there they are, attacking anime fans, calling us all incel self-inserts. Really, CBR? That's what you really think of anime fans? Yeah, see, this proves a point. You are not fans of anime, CBR. I mean, we've known that. It's obvious, but, no reason to go around calling anime fans incels. No reason for that. Not at all. You're doing nothing but insulting the anime community, and you're not helping yourself look any better. I mean, you're already a terrible journalist website, and this only makes you look that much worse. Even without these unsavory elements, the show itself is just another generic isekai show, and a poorly done one at that. This is exaggerated further by Naofumi constantly winning in some form or fashion, despite him supposedly being the world's victim. He wins fights with relative ease despite his inexperience with the fantasy game world. Far more experienced gamers and fighters pale in comparison to the awesomeness of Naofumi for some reason. Other characters also constantly come off as incredibly dumb, either blindly worshipping Naofumi or simply acting stupid for the sake of the plot. I mean, isn't the whole goal to a series is for the protagonist to try to overcome the difficulties that they've had, to try to win? I mean, also the fact that, he started off with a pretty rough in that world and then tried to, help get a better reputation, I'm just saying. I mean, my God, this website, CPR, you're a bunch of idiots. Despite all these legitimate issues, the show continues to develop an audience. Crunchyroll revealed that it was in their top 20 list of the currently most popular series, in the same ranking as much more acclaimed shows like My Hero Academia, Naruto, and One Piece. One justification for the questionable series' popularity is the current wave of other generic, poorly constructed isekai shows that seem to somehow find a loyal audience. The genre is currently plaguing anime as a whole, much as the harem genre had in years before. I don't know, I think if anything, I think you're plaguing anime by being over here and lying about it. You want to say that isekai is plaguing anime? I don't think it's plaguing anime. I think that, sites like CBR that make up this crap because it doesn't follow their agenda, if anything, they're the plague on anime because they're trying to ruin the reputation of anime because it doesn't fit their agendas. I mean, seriously, get over yourself, CBR. Us anime fans don't want to hear your crap. We don't care about it. We like anime the way it is. Get over yourself. The controversial elements might actually be a boon for the show's popularity. Some viewers may seek out Shield Hero because of its taboo, almost risque reputation, while others might even sympathize with the protagonist. This would justify the show's label as an incel fantasy. Oh my dear God, again with this? But it would explain why rampant criticism has failed to break the show's viewership. Yeah, your criticism, you mean. And it's not constructive criticism that you've been throwing out there. You've just been trying to bash the show so that you could bring down its reputation to make it so that people wouldn't be interested. Funny thing is, CBR, when you try to bring down the reputation of a show by bashing it as hard as you can, what's funny is that, people look at what you say, CBR, and then they're like, there's a lot of attention going around this show, and the Puritan media doesn't seem to like it. Well, it must be good. And that's why people get into it, because you bring attention to it, and then people are like, if the Puritan media doesn't like it, it has to be a good series. And that's why people watch it. You're doing the exact opposite. You're bringing attention to it, you idiots. Man, CBR, they're so stupid. Another interesting explanation for why the show is so widely watched may be its cult status in the West. How is it a cult status when there's a lot of people that are fans of it? It's not like a very few amount of people are watching. There's tons of people watching it. How is that a cult status? It's not a niche thing. A lot of people like this anime. What are you talking about? It's very popular in the anime community. Get over yourself. The source material was one of the first web light novels to be translated into English, opening a new world of potential readers, and eventually viewers, to an underdog, no-name web novel author. This Western cult status is ironic. Cult status again? Like, people like it. What are you talking about? It's very popular. That's not a cult status. I don't think they understand what that even means. Given that the West is where the series has seen the majority of its criticism, yeah, because of journalists like CBR coming out and trying to bash the series so that it doesn't get popular, which it does the opposite. Nevertheless, the show's popularity, much like its eponymous hero, continues to rise, and it certainly won't be the last generic isekai to get more notoriety than it deserves. It's funny because every single time they make hit pieces like this, they always fail at it. Every time. And going around and calling us anime fans incels, yeah, that's not going to make us like your website anymore. In fact, it's going to make us dislike it more. But the stupidity that comes from these people, you can definitely see it. They're doing anything they can to go back and try to attack the series again. This is not the first time they've done it, and they, for some reason, just decide, let's go ahead and bash it as well as the anime fans. Yeah, CBR, this just continues to prove how stupid you are, and that you're more irrelevant than you believe. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media, spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow can always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.